We'd like to welcome everyone to our show this evening. Hope that you find this entertaining, educational, as well as something that will bring you back to your cultural roots as we try to bridge the gap between our own traditional ways from the islands and the Western ways of the United States and where we live. So our first performer this evening is Darlene Cato. She is from Oakland. Many of you know her. Maybe you didn't know that she sings, but she has vocal cords. And she's gonna sing for us tonight, and she's gonna bless us with a song. And after she sings, she's gonna share a little bit about her and her story and some of the things that she's doing to stay connected to our culture. Darlene Cato.
My great-grandfather wrote this song, and so I'm just gonna share that to finish off the night. Thank you so much. Everybody, you gotta give it up to the Moala brothers. Let's go! Oakland, let's go! Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Test, test. It's called Oi Oi Yahweh, and you know what I've learned growing up in America, that a lot of the music that all the composers in Tonga wrote, they're all love songs. This is one of my great-grandfather. His name's Moala Ewa. I know that the name is called Fatai, so it's called Oi Oi Yahweh. And I think he was just saying like, oh, I'm going crazy over this lady named Fatai. I think that's what it is. All right. Oi, oi, Yahweh, Teu valeu e eu fatai. Visi oleo pino, visi Italia, così otto vale anga. Eu corri, e reta, se uma fufata, oh, Teu vale Isa e fo ifa lo se idale mai te kohai e kufiu aku isi okulo imakani e me tonai ahange uha siete ki eve eva ievai kolerea. No fundo popea fitili no pe ena kuamahi Ivana hana aruga kati Sita koe o fanai aku Iki am e hukuluko Yate mai oku kadlo Asi o malave lo tohe Aho moeko No fundo popea o fifili no pe ena kuamahi Ivana hana aruga kati Sita koe o fanai ako hiki Waka amu e o kuloto Kete mai o kukeilo Asi o malave lo tohe Aho moeko See all my love it, Lord, go ahead, I won't go.
Thank you, Darlene, for that performance. We will hear from Darlene a little bit later. Our next performer is Inoke. So Inoke is an up-and-coming artist in Oakland. I never heard of Inoke, but I know a lot of the kids listen to his music.
They don't know Inoke. What's the real
Oh,
name?
it's Toko Not Easy. Toko Not Easy is very popular in Oakland. So we're so fortunate to have him here this evening. Do you want to say something before you sing, or you want to do it after? Okay, so put your hands together for Double Not Easy.
Hello, how's everybody doing tonight? I appreciate everybody for coming through tonight. It's the IKUNA first event, I guess. And they reached out to me and I came over here today after work. I'm still new to this. And I'm just start off with a Let Me Know Something. It's one of my songs I wrote and I made. So that's like the second popular song I have. And I got Tahina O is the one that put me out there. I just started, so you guys can vibe with me. And if you guys know my song, you guys can sing along. Alright. So let's run it, Gio. I'll give it to you. Let's go, everybody. That is not easy. Come on. Hey, hey. Talk to me, girl, I talk back. Down here, man, I'm trying to wipe that. Get your money, I ain't mad at that. Down here, get your money, I ain't mad at that. Walk that, talk that, let me know about that. Pretty little mama, show me love, I show that love back. Independent, got it, all about money. These the type of girls I wanna wake up in the morning, be like, baby. Shorty, let me know something, baby. Come on, hey, talk to me, baby. I'm the type of stuff that gon' drive you crazy. Play that Tory Lanez, baby. I just want you to be comfortable around me. Hey, tick tock, I want your drip drop, no check around your waist with that hip walk. She can't leave with the flip flops. Pretty toes, pretty face, and that personality sexy. Be my best day. If you're looking for love, baby, come and love me. Over my talk to me, girl, I talk back. Down here, man, I'm tryna wipe that. Get your money, I ain't mad at that. Down here, get your money, I ain't mad at that. Walk that, talk that, let me know about that. Pretty little mama, show me love, I show that love back. Get up in the bed, all about my money. These the type of girls I wanna wake up in the morning, be like, baby. Shorty, let me know something, baby. Shorty, let me know something, Get emotion, shorty so cool like she dive in the ocean. Get emotion, get my potion. Baby, my poison. Hey, shorty with some knowledge. She a homebody riding in low mileage. Hey, bust it down, down there. Hey, I wanna see you dance. Talk to me, girl, I talk back. Down in the middle, I'm tryna wipe that. Get your money, I ain't mad at that. Down here, get your money, I ain't mad at that.
So we got the light there. So let's ask a question, because I was curious. Inoke or Double Not Easy, he writes his own music. So this is like pretty cool that he gets to perform his original. So what are some of the inspiration you get to writing song? How about that song? What's the name of that song?
The song is called Let Me Know Something. It's just like
Are you talking to a girl?
yeah, just talking to some girls.
So what inspired you to write that song?
I was just like, to let her know that. Let her know that I'm talking to you. You can talk back to, things like that. And just to get to know each other, let them know I'm not.
Did you guys hear some tongue words in there? So did somebody help? How did you do that?
On the tongue words, I just put it in because that's like kind of my style. I'm Tongan, so I just put it in because I grew up in Oakland and just I submit the tongue words into like what I'm saying. It's like another vibe I'm bringing out there. for everybody. It's pretty rude.
So I don't want you to be nervous. You seem a little nervous on your first performance. This is home. This is campus. So, Couple Not Easy has another song. And what's the name of that song?
That song is Tahina O. It's more of an Americanized Tongan.
It's called what?
Tahina O.
Tahina O? Okay. So put your hands together for Couple Not Easy or perform another song.
I make some noise. This is my Tongan song. Alright, run that G out. Got another song you can sing. Come on. Hey. Tuloa, tuloa, tuwe. Come on. Tuloa, tuloa. Go high, go, ta'ahi, 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 ta'uti, ta'ala, ta'ahi, Dahil boy love, dia punya koi, koi apa maika, aku saika, dia maika, tak tersobeh, bukan aku ni mah, aku nak kita, ahli kau semua kita hati, laka laka ofam laka laka ta'ahine yawe, ta'ahine oyawe, ta'ahine galavo. Come on, ta'ahine oilo. Suga, suga, awadero. Faka kau kau, faka amu waktu tangi mo boy, koi fo waktu ko mo fa ikai, ikai, ikai. Baby, bukan di malu lalu, tahine tuku balu, tuku mau, tak sahosino, balu, Allah, kumanya, ever mind, feel my. Oh, the can now don't look at the side. Hello, man, be your man. Tahine talabo, man, to get down, man. Tahine tohi mai. Thanks to my. Laka, laka, opa, mata, lava, tahine yawe, tahine owe, tahine talabo, I keep it 100 when you come around me. Shawty's up in raindrops. She got that sauce, she be low with that paint job. Slow wine for me. Back it up and rewind for me. Shawty slow, oh shot. Baby girl, I could be a golden. Oh na 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 na. You are a pretty mama. Shake what your mama did. Shawty my Beyonce. Shawty go crazy, my halo when I wake up in the morning. Hey, tahine talabo, muga hokulo kome, I'm working. Thank you guys, and my song right there.
I don't know what's the question. Put your hands together for Couple Not Easy. I have a question. I know like a lot of people are asking, what does tahine for ilole mean?
That's like old girl. Yeah.
Pretty girl. All right. Good answer. All right. So where can we find your music?
You can find my music on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud.
Social.
You can just Shazam it if you want. If you don't want to tap it down.
What's your social?
So do you have a upcoming show somewhere, or when can we see it?
I have a show next week on Friday with Pam Hall and them. That's on the 29th. And it's in San Jose at a club, Rio. Coyote Rio. And I have another show on December 21st at Tiki Pete with Young Go. Everybody know Young Go. And those are the two shows coming up. And you guys can find me Instagram, Tokonarize, EZAY, that's Easy, and yeah, thank you guys.
All right, come on. Thank you. Did you guys like that? There is a lot of kids out there who have talent, and we just haven't been able to reach them for them to be able to show their talent and express themselves. So we look forward to seeing Toko Narizi doing great things. So at this time, we're going to transition and get the setup for our Moala Brothers, our final act. Welcome back, everyone. We're about to tape our last segment for the evening, and this is a very historic moment. I know you kids say epic, and it's an epic moment. So it's been over 20 years that these brothers haven't played together or sung together. And as some of you know, their father was Feke Tutuila Moala, and he was a famous composer in Tonga. Let me just read you a short bio about him. So Feke Tutuila Moala was born in 1915, and he passed away in 1980 here in Oakland. Uihahapai is where he's from, and like any other artist, they think differently and they express themselves differently. So he expressed his thoughts and his emotions with music, with poetry, with choreography, and we will be able to get a sense, a little bit of that tonight through the music. And he has created masterpieces that have stood the test of time. And so we're so fortunate tonight that his sons are here to perform some of his original compositions. Some of these songs haven't been sung in a long, long time, and there are very few people who know these songs. But I'm so glad that they're here this evening to perform some of these numbers. And if you have any questions after their performance of each song, we're going to have some time to talk to them because they have a wealth of knowledge regarding Tonga, the land, and all the things that their father loved about our home country. So without further ado, their first song, and each song has a brief history to it. So the first song is Kautaki Mamata o Okalani. And this song was his last composition before he passed away. This song was composed for Nell. Nell right here sitting in the front row. Stand up, Nell. So this song was composed for Nell when Nell was still a young lady. And she performed this through a ta'aunga. So Feke made this song and also taught the ta'aunga to this song. And so it's very special that we get to hear this song, and this song hasn't been played for a while. And so the first song is Kautaki Mamata o Kalani, and it's talking about Oakland and a lot of the beauty around here in the Bay Area. So some cards were passed out. Did you guys get the cards? Look at the card, it says Taki Mamata on it. So it's the first verse. And on the first verse, so it's intoned and then push them in. So the first verse is on that little card, and underneath it is the translation. So the English translation is, "Young lady, let me show you the beauty of the Golden Gate and its landmarks, for I cannot describe in words the beauty of California." So that's the first verse. I didn't have time to put all the verses on there, but that's to give you an idea of just how beautiful and rich the language of our culture is. And it's hard to translate in English and to have the same meaning. But hopefully you'll go home and you do research on it, ask your mom and dad about it. I'm sure they'll be happy to explain it to you. The Moala Brothers.
We are too old to sing, but we try our best. Ai whine mui mui, kau taki a mamata. Ki he tolu te ni keiti, moe a pumata. Hei kai te ulawa, ano whakamata. California e ni, pia moe whakamata. Tau whika e pāti, ki whare kisika. O hake i he kānolo, e mai o kaka. Ise isa whakapoe, o ka malu e fiafi. Kai te ki te tiko, si a whine mola. Hato o atu mua, si e kupopo. Ki e kau whunga una, si e te awhanama. Ka riua ki e siona, pia tātu ai. O whasi i kau tonga, me loto o karani. Kau e kai pāti, ki toi kisika. O hake i he tānoro, e hai o karani. Ise isa whakapoe, o ka malu e fiafi. Kai te kuteki tō, si a whine ruami. Halaku atu noa, si e te popo atu. Ki e kau whula una, si e te awhanamatu. Ka riua ki e siona, pia tātu ai. O whasi i kau tōna, me loto o karani.
This next song that they're going to sing was composed for Feke's sister, Desa. She had come to Tonga to bring Feke back to bring him to America, but for whatever reasons, it didn't work out. So when she left, Feke wrote this song for his sister because of how he felt that he could not go back with her or come to America with her. The first verse, if you have your card with you, Desa Moala is the title. When shall we ever meet again to greet you and your children? Our distance apart grieves me. We await patiently thinking of you.
Okuma e ki wate ora kamaraka ko e whaka ki he osi ai ka e puna e manuku o hange kosi e te isa alu mawe e mawe o whakeka e o whakeke si a ulere i te alo kaila o tau o whakeke si a ulere i te alo kaila o tau whai.
So that was a pretty emotional song. If you're sitting next to someone a little older, the words were really touching, and so great that they sang that song. So the next song, this one, you guys, everyone knows this song. It's been remixed 1,000 times. And this song, he wrote this song in 1930 when he was 20. It was his first composition. Beheyang and Mai Oke Pongi has traveled the world how many times? That record, if he put that record out here in America, it'll be triple, quadruple platinum. It's been played so many times and remixed and reworked. This is the original composer. Their father, Feke, composed the song. Beheyang and Mai Oke Pongi. If you have your card with you, this is one of my favorite songs. If it were still dawn, I would pursue the current desires of my heart. But as the world turns, I realize that my wish is in vain. Beheyang e mai o ke pongi pongi ke turi e mafua a hokulotono. Mafuri e kaniwa pe au iloi o lau noa asi e te toi hori. So this is a song that everyone knows, and so happy they're going to play it tonight. So put your hands together for the moment.
Beheyang e mai o ke pongi pongi ke turi e mafuasi a kuloto pongi mafuri e kanira ke au ilo pongi ku lau noa asi e te toi Beheyang e mai o ke pongi pongi ke turi e mafuasi a kuloto toni mafuri e kaniwa te au ilo iku lau noa asi e te toi Amo siya mo kasi niyo. Moe e hawhanaki olu Una Kangi kai tonga Kangi olu Ona Nei ai te whakauta Amo se amo asi wini Moe e hawhanaki olu Una Angi ai tonga Angi olu Ona Nei ala e te whakauta Kolo kona kumi mai te oku I whi Ako e ni pe E te whiri urua ki e koro pe E ne o si o kakape toki I lo I lo I Mohoto me I te ngaro tuku I hanoko Kolo kona kona te oku I pi Ako e ni pe E te whiri urua ki e koro pe E ne o si o kakape toki I lo I Mohoto me I te ngaro tuku I hanoko Isa si e te whakaupu o kai whia Awhi E te musimo e te ona ana Ati Aho pani roro me ahama Ai Whangu mo e kai mawai Isa si e te whakaamu o kai whia Awhi E te musimo e te ona ana Ati Aho pani roro me ahama Ai Whangu mo e kai mawai
So two things I forgot to mention about that particular song. So that was his first composition, sometime between 1930, 31. He was 20 years old, and the song was so popular in Tonga that when he went to Tonga, there was a katoanga there. There was a big feast and party, and Queen Salote was at that katoanga, and she requested an audience with Feke to meet him because she heard about his skills as a composer, as a writer, as a poet, and he had the chance to meet Queen Salote at that katoanga. The other thing I wanted to mention on that particular song, it was a song that he had written for a girl that he liked, and each verse, this was before he was married, let me put that in. So before he was a young man, before he got married, he wrote his song inspired by a young lady, and each verse of that song begins with the first letter of that lady's name. So the girl's name was Paki. So each verse starts with that first letter. So Peheange Mai, that's Paki's first letter, and so on. And that's how he created that song and inspired him to write that music. So did you guys like that version? Yeah. All right, now you guys know who the original composer and writer of that song. It's okay to have it remixed, but remember, there's always people we have to find out that there's someone who did it, who wrote it, and we have to appreciate and give them their props. Okay, so the next song they're going to sing is, okay. And so the next song we're going to sing is the Alpha song. That's Tuanga's. So this is another song that he wrote right before he passed away. And so this is Tuanga's love song for his wife. And you have a little card. So I'm not gonna, let me see if I have the card. If you go along and you read the card on there, it says, when shall we ever meet again to greet you and your, no, that's the basic song. Sorry. Does someone have the Taufa song card? This is Lossie. Lossie is the daughter of Taufa. And she's named after my mom. She's the pretty one. Okay, this is the Alpha song. I speak truth in my love for you. My love continues to grow and shall never cease. There are no words to express how I feel, for only you know how much I love you. Put your hands together. he's also known for writing sad songs as well, but that was one of that's Duana's favorite songs. Okay, the next song they're gonna sing is called Baya y Okamoni. That song was written for my uncle a long time ago. I think I was like 9 years old or 8 years old. He passed away in Highland Hospital. He had a lot of health issues. And if you have your card, you can look at it, and I'll read it. Highland Hospital, how can I forget? For I knew not that our time together would be our last. My heart will never forget the night you woke me. Brother, please come take me. Oh my, this cannot be. And so the song talks about my dad taking his brother to the hospital, but he ended up passing away that evening. And this was written in his memory.
Sa e ngā ngai awhi, me a whakamanga i pene, pea ne ono koe pule, ka kua te si lawe komi. Haile ni e ngā mo awhi, e te mana tua o toku ma upe, te ikai te uio e pe, wame hasi ata mawai. Te ikai ngā o I o kuroto, si o to whamuna mai uapa, e manu e tukumu a kika, ise isa e wato whakapu. O hai ko ana aniiro, e I o kamoni asi o mino, kau si ino fola uoto, he ikai te ngalo haku. Whangatu o ua o ku o wha, ne unofo pe o te whakaa, na ake I e ke si yo pa, I sa le fe o whaaki akaku. Na pua e ke iluhiana, si e te pae ato o taka, na ia I te kau, I se isa me ama. Awai ona no motu, a polonga tata, o tumu omu, kupurisi e leu leu a whana, kuorata e pei. Awai ona no motu, a polonga tata, o tumu omu, kupurisi e leu leu. Kuolaka e
I forgot to mention that song. My dad's brother was named Haloti, and he had health issues when he passed away. But my cousin Haloti, I just realized he's here. He's named after Haloti. And so it's cool to find your stories in these songs. And sometimes we didn't even know about it, but a lot of this music references where your parents grew up, and some of you are even mentioned in some of these songs, but you didn't even know about it. So I'm so happy that they played that song.
Love song, love song, love song.
All right, so they're gonna play. So this song, I don't have it on a card, but they're gonna play. Tangi Loco, crying inside. We can all relate to that, right? I'm going to just give a few minutes if you guys have any questions, or anyone have any questions about them or songs that they sang, or anything. I'll give you a few minutes to ask your question. What? Wait. This is active. Maybe after the show. Yes. They said that it costs money to play. Loving yourself. Let them think about that. Any other questions, Darlene?
So I was wondering, because all of the songs that you guys sing tonight is by your father, and I was wondering if any of you have written a song, any originals.
So they do have some songs that they wrote, but they didn't prepare tonight to sing those songs. But their father, he composed over 100 songs. It's over 100 songs, and I don't know how many taulungas he choreographed. But a lot of our knowledge of us is deposited in these lyrics. So like knowledge about who you are, your identity, is in these words, but I know sometimes it's hard for us because we don't understand. But our point tonight is to expose you to some of the beauty of this music, and hopefully you'll go back and you'll research, and just some words that maybe you picked up tonight, like knowledge and our people and our identity is in these words and lyrics, and that's why it's so important to learn a little bit about our language and what it means. I'm not saying you have to be a perfect speaker or understand everything, but there's certain words that you should know about our language. Now,
To answer to your question, Indiana composed a song last month in October for our award dance, Wata Alunga. So that was the last time that one of them composed a
yeah, that's right. That's right. I mean, they compose music all the time, but it's just they rarely get together to practice. And this was like a once in a lifetime to get them all here together tonight to play. And it's really special that they're playing tonight. So like I had the past 3 days, I had a chance to sit with them and listen to them, ask them questions about some of the music, some of the compositions. And Mala was sharing with me that when they grew up, because I asked them, so how did you guys play? I mean, did your father teach you? Or did you just automatically just know how to play? And so I found out that Duwanga was the one that was closest to his father, and he learned the choreography piece, the part of Laka Laka, how to create that, Taolunga, like that was his specialty. Like he was close to his father in that way. And then Moala, President Sione Malin Moala, he was the music guy. So he did all the strumming and finding the fasi to go with the compositions. And that was pretty cool to me. So he's the one, the music guy, guitar. This guy is the one that did all the choreography to the compositions. And then Benny.
Star. Benny was younger. So he didn't have much time to spend with his father to have that one-on-one instruction. But his brothers, like older brothers, you force the younger ones. If someone is missing, you force him to come on here, pick up the guitar, and they taught him and he learned. And now Benny is playing lead, but this part is actually, Moala was the one that played lead. He was the one that played this part. But with age, all of us, our hands slow down,
and he was humble enough to move over to the right and let the star shine tonight. Okay, well.
Cái cũng phải mà là cái mùi đó là mùi này mình đi dan kepada mereka Taiman pada November Taiman mengalami proklaman aku jadi apa itu program ini kena FMA aku kayak gitu maafan ke dulu kai sekunga homo ngai kau me ate mau ate poni e tawe o futupu e tolo furu hiri nge na kai pe sai ki nei yo e sai ya pa ngoi ko no na tula o algo mau to tawe ne mi tolo furu kai te fai ha la ki ta ya ko to fu tai mi me hui ko si pe hui ko weekend o ki hiwa ko ni ke mama o fai ano ki tokoni mo ha me na fa ya kai mai ki fai ke pe lawa ka ko fa mal ka mo tolu lahi ngai fa o ene na ta iki yo kala nini ngai hiwa wa hiwa no fa maka hiwa mali te mau to practice i mai va ve di mai te mau to hiki atu ngai uhiwa heni ngai hiwa mau ino pitu ko ngai hiwa ya ko ngai hiwa fa fo ka me lau kia tai mani na tu wa ke me ta iki na ku ilo le ngai fa wallahi ta iki tonga u kau hiwa i tonga kau hiwa mau le fa e te nima na hiki uhiwa ta iki ko vavau na kau hiwa na ui ko tiktok pilo le u kau hiwa na hiwa kau hiwa taha ko na hawela fu andare kau hiwa taha mi te fisi na ui ko kau hiwa taha mi te fisi mo tawa pe kau hiwa mi tonga fu antaka ko ni fa'u pia feke i wawau ko ni alpe i tonga hiki mai aisea malpe moanga mea e kau hiwa fu antaka ko kau lai taha fa'u ko ya ko fa'u e tanta iki pe ke ngata pe kainga i ni fa'u hiwa ko ya kana pe hiwa fa'u hi fa'u ke mau tu yo wa'u na mana ko pito hi hiwa ke ni fa'u na hiwa antema yo wa fa'u ave nga hi koro ya tana iki yo ta ki honge punake wa te tai ko ya to ko lai mai punake tai mini ke ta o pe mo ta yo wa ko feke te usunya tu dia mo se na fatao na to lu wa ka ko sunya dia tu dia mo fatao ke mo ta ilo ai yo wa kawan mo ta iki ni na no ho mai ni wa o lang mai mo ko ya ya ko formal ko motor ai nga ka pa ke te ha mo fa kau me a pa te po ni va ven mai pe ha to vai ha ki venga ki to le yang ata te motor ka ko formal o pito ke ni va na ko ni ya to na o te to ya ko ma ta ko ma ko ma ai ka ki ko ko ngata ma pe ki le ko fa